Good morning, good morning, good morning. It is Friday. It is currently, what time is it? It is 8:39, so we still got a pretty early start on our day and everything. I have been up about 2 hours now. I haven't done too much. I have got my son off to school and everything. But that's really about it outside of some posting on Instagram and on YouTube. I posted a reel on Instagram and I also did a short for YouTube, so make sure you do check that out. But today we are going to be doing like a simple face mask. This one's going to be a detoxing face mask. I'm gonna go ahead and pull some stuff out, but I don't want it to be super strong. So I'm going to be using a couple different things today. I'm going to be using apple cider vinegar. It's gonna be really good for toning our skin and stuff. I'm also going to be using my bentonite clay. This is really good for helping to like remove a lot of the toxins and stuff out of your skin. And it's also, I feel like it's really good for the circulation within your skin too, because when it's on my face, as it starts drying, you can definitely feel it pulsate and everything. The other thing that I'll be using is my spirulina powder. Now, this stuff is amazing. It has a lot of protein and amino acids. It also has like a lot of anti-inflammatory properties too. So it's gonna help combat some of that redness that this apple cider vinegar is going to do to my skin. And I also have some lemon essential oil because I love adding essential oils into my face mask. And the lemon today is just going to help, kind of do a little bit more cleansing and everything. It's my birthday weekend, so I really just want to make sure my skin is nice and clear and we are good to go. And it looks like we're already off to a good start, so yay. I'm going to just put my little headband thingy on. Y'all know I use this to keep my hair out my face. Sometimes I'll just use like a rubber band, but my locks, like they're kind of short, medium length and everything. So it makes it a little bit more difficult to keep them all in a ponytail. So I use this and it just keeps everything out my face and I love it. All right. So to start out, we have our little glass bowl here. I'm gonna get a little stick to stir with and mix it. To start this off, I'm going to go ahead and add in my bentonite clay. You don't need like just so much in here, but you do want to make sure you got a good little bit so that way you can spread your mask around. So that's about how much I'm adding. I think I'm gonna add a little bit more just to be safe. All right, so that's what I have here. Oh, I didn't do my introduction, did I? So for those who don't know, my name is Courtney Shavante. I am a feminine healing, I'm just like a feminine healer. I come on here, I guess, to do a little bit of influencing regarding that. And I also do a lot of crafts, resin art. So make sure that you do subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell if this is your first time. So that way you'll be notified when I hop on here. Yeah. All right, so now I got my spirulina here. And I'm not going to get too much of it. This is what I got here. So I'd say this is like maybe a teaspoon and a half. I'm gonna pop that on in there. And so you guys can see, I'm gonna like just kind of mix these powders up together right quick. All right, so now they're kind of mixed and infused into each other, which is what I want. Can y'all see that? Okay. I try to make sure I use a glass bowl too so y'all can see through the bowl because I know it's kind of hard for me to tip it over. But yeah. All right, so that's what we got in here. Close this. Alright, so next you are going to want to, where did I put my lemon? Oh, here it is. Next you're going to grab your lemon oil here, and you just want to add a couple drops to your powder. I'm only going to add it 2 drops because I don't want just so much lemon in here. And like I said, I'm trying to make sure I don't have so much redness on my skin. Because I do plan on doing makeup later, and I don't want my skin acting all funny. I plan on wearing makeup. Oh, crap. That's more than 2. Well, here we are. So we're going to just go ahead and close that up. Then we're going to take our apple cider vinegar here. I'm going to pour a bit into here. Now, you don't want to over pour. You want to turn this into a consistency to everything's mixed in really, really well, and it's not too thick, but it's not too thin either. Because if it's too thin, you know, it's not going to sit on your face. But if it's too thick, then when it starts drying, it's going to be really difficult to remove, and you may experience some pain as it starts pulling at those like finer hairs that may be on your face and stuff. And I learned that the hard way, so that's why I'm letting y'all know. But as I mix and everything, you can see like the stuff start to react with each other. It turns into like this kind of foamy type consistency. Like there's some type of chemical reaction going on with the vinegar and the bentonite clay, and it just kind of gets like a puffy paint consistency almost. I don't really know how to describe it, but yeah, like this is like kind of how it sits on here. You guys can see like kind of how bubbly it is and everything. All right, and as you can see, it doesn't even really drip off too much. Like it's kind of holding on to the stick, and that's where you want it at. And that's the sweet spot. Okay, so I'm gonna get this off my hand right quick. And I'm even I use to mix with. You just want to put a nice even layer over your skin. Push it close to the hairline, but try not to get it into your actual hairline. It feels so cool and so smooth on my skin. It's so much different than the scrubs and everything. Like, it just feels so nice. It's so cool. Oh my gosh. It's really cold. I'm just going over. It's definitely giving She-Hulk, but that's fine. That's fine. This is a way prettier green than that other one turned out. So I'm definitely feeling it. When I did the turmeric and the bentonite clay, I think that's the one I did. That one was like a sickly green color. I feel like this one is like more like crocodile green, and it's cuter. Okay. Now keep in mind that the thicker that you make this mask, it means the longer that it's going to take for it to dry. And you're going to have to allow this to dry over your skin. So be mindful of that. This mask is a bit longer. Any mask that you have to wait to dry is going to take a little bit longer than the other ones usually. The ones that have based in things like the raw honey or something like that, then from there, you know, you can just let those sit for a few. You don't have to let those sit long. Maybe like 5 minutes or so. then you're good to go. You can do more. You can most definitely do more. But 5 minutes, you're going to start seeing some benefits and stuff, I'm sure. Okay, so yeah, just going over everything right now. Your eyes may start to water. Make sure you're in a ventilated area where you can get some air and everything, and your skin can breathe, because the stuff on here can be kind of strong sometimes, and it may make your eyes water. Mine's trying to water up just a tad right now. And nothing, things like in my eye, it's just that, you know, the aromas from the vinegar and stuff can be annoying to sensitive areas like that. Okay, I'm really just trying to make sure that I got it even on my nose over here, because I feel like everywhere else is pretty good now. Boom. Okay. So now we're just going to let this dry over our skin and everything, so it can do its thing, I'm just kind of over here in the mirror. It's a little bit more difficult for me to see in the camera, so I switch over here to the mirror sometimes just to make sure I'm not missing anything that I didn't want to miss, you know? Get underneath my chinny chin chin. I feel a little teardrop coming down. Okay. All right, here we are. All right, so I'm just going to allow this to go ahead and cool and dry over my face. Okay, I still got a little bit of Carmex on my lips. I also like to make sure that washing and going over my face, it does eventually like wash off. And I hate when my lips feel dry like during the process. So I try to keep them moisturized during, and then I also reapply the Carmex like at the end, as you guys will see towards the end of this video as well. Okay, so you can see like where it's starting to dry at, like these little edges right here. That's dry, and it's gonna start drying around the edges first, more than likely. So you can go ahead and start kind of like waving. Am I back? I don't see my timer going up yet. Okay, here we are. Sorry, y'all. I'm so sorry. I guess it's the Wi-Fi. It's not me. I'm choosing to be here. But kind of leads me into like kind of what I wanted to talk about today. Let's see. My son really be killing my battery on here, and I don't understand why. Okay, what is... One second, I'm trying to see the settings on here. so I can see what's going on. No, that's not it. Oh no, that's the turnaround button. That's not what I want. Okay. All right, so basically what I want to get on here and talk about today, like I know that's a bit of a pause, but no worries. We still got a lot of drying to do. Just making sure that you are being nice to yourself. If you are anything like me, sometimes you have like these annoying little voices in your head and they can be so negative sometimes. And if you don't get control over those negative voices that are like in your head and everything, it can start manifesting into your real life because the life that we create and everything, it starts up here first. So if you're constantly down talking to yourself, you're constantly saying, oh, I can't do this. Oh, this isn't made for me. Oh, I'm not worthy. Whatever negative thing it is, bad things always happen to me. If you're in that type of mindset, then that's going to be the type of life and things and stuff that you are going to continue to attract. Now, that's not to say that changing your mindset is necessarily an easy thing. Um, our thoughts can be so instinctive sometimes. So you're going to have to retrain yourself into going into positivity first. And that requires you to be conscious of those negative thoughts. So basically, if you're having a moment where you're feeling overwhelmed and you start believing something's not happening to you, you start thinking that in your head, you need to immediately combat it and stop and say, hey, that's not really true. I am capable of doing this. This is how I've gone this far so far. You just got to really be kind to yourself. Always look for that silver lining. Always try to find the silver lining. Like, no matter how difficult a situation may be, no matter how much it may be hurting you, no matter how unfair you may think what is going on is, you are going to have to change your mindset. You are going to have to find the good in that situation. If you break your leg, you have to be happy that you have insurance to go and get a cast. If you lose your car, you got to be happy that you have legs to be able to walk to where you want to go. Like, you really got to change like how you see everything and how you're taking it in, because that's going to be the difference between whether or not you're able to really go forward or not. Hey girl, how are you? Welcome, welcome, good morning. But yeah, you just got to make sure that you're not your own worst enemy. Like, you can't be your biggest critic out here. You got to be your biggest supporter, because there are so many people in the world ready to tear you down. It's like, why should you be doing that yourself? And you're right, everything does happen for a reason. You gotta trust in divine timing. You gotta understand that everything that you're going through is going to make you a better person. It's going to put you on a track to where you need to be. It's definitely easier said than done, because we're all human. Like, we have feelings, we have emotions and stuff, and those really kind of throw you off sometimes, but you can't let them. You got to remember that your body is the house and your emotions are a guest. Guests leave. So even though a guest may come in, they may turn stuff up for a bit and everything, but trust and believe that they will leave, because that is not their home. That is not where they lay their head down at night. That is not their safe place. So it will eventually leave. And you just got to trust that whatever feeling that you may not like, that you may be feeling in that moment, you got to trust that it's for a better reason. And I also don't believe that, trouble comes from somewhere. I feel like every problem that we have in life is completely aligned with our weaknesses and what we need to become stronger in. So your weaknesses are a perfect match for the issues that are in your life. Thank you. To be honest, I had like I be thinking about it more, but I have like stage fright low key. Like I don't like talking in front of large crowds and stuff. So I don't know if I could ever see myself on a stage. You know, never say never. Never say never. But that would definitely be a journey. That would definitely be a journey for me. Like I'll get on stage and forget my whole name. It's sad. But yeah, like I said, your weaknesses are a perfect match, and you know what you gotta overcome. Like you know what you gotta overcome. I'm pretty sure there's not one like circumstance that's happened, especially like within your adult life and stuff. Like we're not talking about childhood and whatnot. Like we'll leave that where it's at. But when you are talking, like um like when you're talking about like the things that are going on like right now in your life and stuff, and talk about like your current obstacles and your current issues, if you really stop and sit and take a moment to think, meditate, you will know exactly what you did and exactly why you are in the situation that you are in. Now, whether or not yourself of that stress, you and you know whether or not you're going to make those steps, but I do truly believe we know why things happen to us. We may not want to admit it. It may be a hard truth to like really swallow and grasp, but we know exactly why we are exactly where we are. And when you can be real with yourself about that and you can say, hey, I'm doing A, B, and C because I'm dealing with A, B, and C because I've done X, Y, and Z. When you can say that, then from there you can really you can grow from there. You can move forward and figure out what steps you need to take to really nip this in the bud. Like you don't have to keep repeating lessons. Like you're only repeating them because you're not really taking on the message, and take that message on so that way you can stop feeling so bad, because the reason why you probably do feel bad is because you're ignoring what you truly know. You are ignoring what is really in the core of this issue, if you will, because it's not really an issue. It's more of a highlight. It's highlighting. It's like, hey, fix that. And the longer you go without fixing it, the brighter that highlighter is going to be. So, yeah. I feel like some of the things that, well, one of the biggest things that I had to like really fix is to prove my worth to people like all the time. I think it stems from like a lot of different things. It stems from a lot of different things, but I think it's something that a lot of older siblings kind of deal with a lot. We're constant, you know, being that guinea pig child, you're constantly just trying to show and prove a lot. I notice it within only children too sometimes, but a lot of times only children don't have that like competition factor within it either, so it looks a little bit different. But yes, like I'm starting to realize like that I'm constantly trying to prove myself to people, and I don't have to do that. It's like I believe that who you are will speak for itself. All you have to do is being out here being true to yourself. But if you're not being true to yourself, of course, people are going to get an obscure view of who you are. And then the way that you're being treated isn't going to be in alignment with who you truly are. So that's why it's so important to show up as your true self and to be honest about what it is that you want, and to be honest about what it is that you are suffering with and what you're going through. Because if you can't be honest with yourself, like, how can you even grow? How can you even grow? Now, being honest with yourself still does not mean beating yourself up. It means saying, like, hey, like, this is an area that could use some work, but it doesn't make me a bad person. It doesn't define who I am forever. It's like I can combat this. It's like I can turn this into a strength. And changing your mindset is what's going to really help you, overcome a lot of that. It's going to help you overcome so much. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to work on more now. I am trying to work on speaking and using my voice more. A lot of times, like, I got to a point where it's just like, you know what, I'm gonna just be quiet because I don't care to be bothered, and it's like I don't care to argue and like just go so hard defending what I believe, because it's like, at the end of the day, it's still what I believe. It's like I'm not necessarily trying to convince other people, but sometimes I feel like some messages are too powerful to just like kind of stay within a person. I do believe that we grow by also not just experiencing, but witnessing other people's experiences. So I feel like it's a blessing to be able to talk about the things that you've gone through, because there's going to be someone in this world that's able to relate. And isn't that what we all need? Like, to not feel so alone out here, to not feel like I'm the only one dealing with this problem. I would say so. Like, when I scroll through my feeds, it doesn't matter like really what app. There's always someone on there talking about lonely. They're talking about how they don't feel seen. They feel like no one can relate to them. And I just feel like that's so crazy, because there are billions of people in this world. It's like, how is there no one that you relate to? It's because people aren't talking and connecting, because there's no new problem out here. It's like there's someone who's experienced it in some form, some manner, some way. Someone out there, whether you know them personally or whether they're on the other side of the world from where you are. But I believe that's the beauty of social media and the internet. People will sit here and try to tell you like all the bad and stuff. And I don't believe that social media or the internet is bad at all. I believe what's bad are the people who are using it for their ulterior motives and for spreading negativity in X, Y, and Z. Because how were we better off back in the day not talking to each other and not knowing what was going on? How were we better off not knowing that people around the world are being attacked for things that we don't necessarily deal with in our normal society, but over there it's so normal? It's like, how do you think those people feel, like being so secluded and exiled, knowing all that stuff is going on and they have no one to reach out to? I think it's beautiful what the internet has done. I think it spread so much awareness that needed to be talked about. And I feel like a lot of the people who want to go back to those times, they really just want to hide under a rock. They want to hide under a rock and act like these things are not going on when they are so clearly still happening. The internet did not create any new issues. The internet highlighted issues that we are already currently facing as a society, as people, as the human race, because people are hurting out here, and hurt people hurt others. And there's always going to be pain, there's always going to, be something going on out here. But I feel like the difference between whether we get through it or not is just communicating and talking and building community. Like, we have to talk to each other. So that's personally why I still kind of push myself forward, if you will, because I think you guys can probably, if you people who are really into like body language and tone and stuff like that, there's no way you can't get on this live right now and not see that I'm still nervous. I am twisted, like I study body language. I'm twisting all around in my chair. My voice is a little shaky. I'm not making direct eye contact all the time. It's like those are clear signs of nervousness. It's like, but I'm still pushing through. I'm still fighting through, because I truly believe that this is important. And I hope that what I'm saying can inspire someone else to go do whatever it is that they need to do to go make this world a better place too. And I hope that together, like, we can really make a change and just make an impact, because I'm not comfortable just leaving things as they are. I'm not I can to make this place better. I'm not comfortable walking around and seeing like homeless people on the street. I don't like people walking up to my car like begging for stuff, and not necessarily because like I feel a way about them like doing it. I feel a way about them having to do it. Like, yeah, you can't come I can't alone change the world, and I understand that, but I do believe I can, kind of spark change. I can spark another mind to go and do something even greater, like even greater. Maybe my words will push other people into action. Maybe it'll inspire someone to go knock on their neighbor's door and say, hey, like, I noticed maybe you haven't left the house in a little bit. I hope everything's good over here. I just hope everyone starts to care about each other a little bit more, and I hope everyone stops telling themselves that they don't matter and that people are better off without them, and just all those tiny little things that we tell ourselves that stop us from going and being our best selves. And yeah, that's pretty much all I had to say like regarding that. I hope that touched someone. I don't want to take away from the original point that I'm trying to make and stuff and the main focus of this talk. So I'm gonna pretty much stop that part right there. But I think some of the things that we can do to, I guess we could start looking into some stuff as far as, helping that voice inside your head and how to stop that negative voice. So find things to do that make you feel good. And when you're about to do them, take notice of that little voice saying, oh, it doesn't matter if I do it. It does. And turn that around. Continue on with doing the things that make you feel good. Continue on doing the things that make you feel good. Because there was a time, what day was it? I think it was maybe Tuesday. I didn't get on here and I didn't do my face mask because, well, no, I didn't do my face mask at all. And I didn't get on here either, because I was just like, oh, it don't even really matter. I don't even really care today. And then the rest of my day kind of went to shit. And I was just like kind of in a funk and stuff. But the difference between that day and a lot of the other days that I've had this week was I got up and I made time for my self-care. I just simply did a face mask. Just simply did a face mask and I talked. I came on here, I vented and expressed what was going on. And every time I do that, it's like I feel a little bit better starting out with my day. I notice that when I don't do my yoga, it's like I get a little bit more cranky because I get more sore. I get more soreness in my body. When I'm in pain, like, of course, like, that's when those negative voices start popping up more because I'm sitting here, like, those negative voices will feed off of pain. So I'll sit there and say, oh, like, it doesn't matter if I do my yoga, I'm still going to be in pain. And then what I do? I don't do the yoga, and then the pain levels increase and they just get worse and worse and worse. Stop the negative self-talk. It is doing nothing but sabotaging you. You are doing nothing but sabotaging yourself every time you tell yourself anything mean, anything mean. And it's just going to be a snowball effect because it's not going to stop with that one statement. It's going to keep going and building on itself. It's going to get worse and worse and worse. Don't let it get worse. All right, so my face is pretty much dry now. The only part that's not dry is like this right here. Maybe I should just fan it a bit. Let me see. I probably should have been fanning as I was talking. Because now we've been sitting here. It's been, what, like almost 20 minutes? No. Oh, if you're still here, make sure you do hit that like button for me. It helps with the algorithm. I really appreciate it. It makes me feel nice inside. Okay. What do I have to fan myself with? Nothing really. Not a goddamn thing. This is a funny story right quick. So I'm gonna use this to fan myself because I just found it. But this is basically my son's work. Last year he was assigned a assignment. He was supposed to explain it. All right, basically do like a little summary of what Butterfly Day is. So Butterfly Day takes place on March 14th. Explain how a caterpillar turns into a butterfly, right? My baby came on here and wrote, it starts as a caterpillar, then it turns into a shell. After a long time, it transforms to a butterfly. That is the most minimal effort summarization I have ever seen in my life. So, of course, his teacher commented because, technically he was right. Technically he was right. But she gave him an 80 and underlying shell being petty with him because, it's supposed to be like, I think it's a chrysalis. Yeah, I think it turns into the chrysalis. Like, I don't remember, y'all. Like, I'm obviously well past 5th grade, but, and she put, please give a better effort, and 4 to 5 sentences is what creates a paragraph. When he brought this home, I had hung it up and pinned it on the wall because I want him to look at it every day, every single day. I was just like, why did you do that, son? Why? I'm parenthood. So he's currently in 6th grade now and still working my nerves with these assignments. But guess what? The way technology is set up, I know every single missing assignment. I've turned into teacher. I'm glad I'm good at math. I am glad I'm good at math. That's for sure. Because I stopped paying attention earlier this year. I had to show him. I basically had to do the lesson on adding, subtracting, multiplying, fractions and mixed numbers. And now I have to do a lesson with him on division coming up. I'll probably do that today. And, he's really smart. He grasped it when he got it. He be zoning out in class. But I do give him, a little bit of leeway with that. And I try to work with him and stuff because I was a big daydreamer. Like, I was a huge daydreamer in school. And I was always, kind of falling off task and stuff. But I told him the difference between me and him was I was still on AB honor roll. Actually, all A's most of the time. But that's the difference. It's like you can zone out, but you still have to get your lesson and everything. It's like you still have to be capable of doing the work. I mean, you still gotta play along with the little school system and everything. But all right, so this is completely dry now, so we can finally get into washing this off. I'm going to get my little towel that I put over my lap because this is going to help make sure it protects my clothes and stuff like that. So put that over. Let me go ahead and rinse my rag. As you know, I wash with warm water and I rinse with cool. So I'm going to be rinsing this off using cool water. All right, now you want to make sure you wring your rag out, but not too much because you are still going to need the liquid in here in order to remove the mask and stuff. Because as you can see, it got hard on me and everything. It's definitely giving crocodile, but yeah. So we're gonna go ahead and just kind of start wiping at it. If you can wipe in an upwards motion, that's best. Because, like I said, that helps prevent wrinkles and stuff. Gravity is always going to be pushing down on your skin, face, body, everything. So you want to help combat it by wiping in an upwards motion. If you got wiped downwards a little bit, that's fine. It's okay. I'm just saying that mostly you should be wiping in an upwards motion. And the same thing like when you're putting on your moisturizer and things like that too. But it does come off very nicely, pretty easily and stuff. Just wipe, wipe, wipe. Oh snap. My contact almost got stuck, y'all. Okay. Let me go ahead and rinse this off right quick again. Also, rinse your sink as you go too. You don't want this stuff to get stuck onto the sink. It could stain it, especially if you have like white and everything. It will eventually come off, but you know, it can take some time. So in order just to prevent all of that, that's what you can do. Okay, so I'll come back in again. Continue wiping this stuff off. I hate when I get that little stuff into my mouth. Okay. I'm gonna do one more rinse off with this, and then that should get the clay off for me, and then we can pop into the face wash. So I think I'm gonna go out and get some skincare stuff today. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. I think I'm gonna vlog it for you guys too, because I need to work on my vlogging. And I'm trying to show you guys like what I'm doing in the day a little bit more. I'm just trying to connect with y'all some more. It's like I really love YouTube. It's like I'm really loving YouTube, and I like it way more than the other apps. And this is where I'm putting like my focus these days. Just coming out here and talking to y'all. And if I'm being completely honest, y'all be so much better than a lot of the people in my real life anyway. The conversation's better here. But don't tell them I said that. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and finish wiping that off. Make sure I've got underneath here really good. Remove that. Now we're going to take our little face brush. I'm going to use my face wash. And I'm going to go ahead and use the Kiehl's today. Because right now, right now I just have this Kiehl's. I have my CeraVe. And yeah, I think that's all that I have right now. I think I've used everything else. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and wash my face using my Kiehl's. Uh-oh. I have a bump coming in. Why? Why? That has to go, and that has to go. Anyway. I'm sorry, y'all. That kind of distracted me a bit. Let me go ahead and get some warm water. That's what I need for my brush. All right. I got my brush. Almost dropped it. I'm gonna turn that on. Wet it up. And shake it off. Add our soap here. And then we're just gonna scrubby, scrub. Now you want to make sure you get everywhere. I'm moving in like a clockwise motion. Wait, am I? It's clockwise? No, this is counterclockwise. But regardless, you just want to go ahead and move this around in a circle all across your face. I'm gonna go over all the surfaces on your face. If there's any skincare companies that are out here looking to send your girl some products, I am taking skincare. So holla at me. Holla at me. I do have requirements, so it does have to be like something that's actually good for my skin. You can't have no crazy stuff in it. But yeah. Okay. I'm just making sure I get really good. I'm getting like all in my eyebrows. I'm getting into this hairline because, you know, makeup can get up in there sometimes. That build up. I'm getting over here, like by my earlobe and stuff. The corners of my mouth, my lips. Then get underneath your chin really, really good. Over here where the annoying bump has popped up at. Okay. Okay. Now we're gonna rinse this off. Okay. We rinse our brush off and then we're gonna go ahead and pop her on up. Now, got my rag again. From here, I'm just going to be rinsing the stuff off my face. It feels nice. I really want to get a face steamer. Like, that's something I really, really want. I have a steamer that I use for my hair. It was technically a clothes steam. Like, okay. I got my hair steamer before they started making actual hair steamers. So it's technically a little cheap garment steamer that I use for my hair. And I felt no reason to buy another one because it's been working fine. Like, I've had it for years and I still steam my hair. That's how, it's part of the reason why like it grows so fast. But that's gonna be another video for another day. Dang, what was the point I was making? Oh, the steamer. I want a face steamer, but I feel like that one would be, the steam on is a little too strong for the skin on my face. So I think that's really what I want to invest in next. And I don't know yet. I'm still seeing. I gotta do some research. But if you guys know any good face steamers, like, please let your girl know. Because I'm very much interested. I'm very much interested. Okay, so this is a little thing I do. Push all the little dirt out my nose that I be telling y'all about. Yes, it's uncomfortable, but it works. So that's why I do it. And since I've been doing so good with my face mask, there's hardly even anything in here. So that is great. You guys see that? It's like, I believe it's called sebaceous filaments. But either way, I ain't rocking with them, so they gotta go. It's like a buildup of oil and debris and stuff from your face. And I just don't like how they make my pores look. I'm not a fan. And so I do that regularly. My mom taught me how to do it when I was maybe 11, and I have not stopped. When I say I've been obsessed with my skin forever, it's like I mean that. Well, that's because, that's because I grew up with acne, though. And I really hated it. Like, it wasn't, but you know, looking around, it really wasn't the worst acne, but it was bad enough for me. Like, I used to break out everywhere, like all over my face. And I don't think it ever turned into cystic acne or anything like that. But I had like tiny little pimples everywhere. It was definitely giving like early hormonal acne and whatnot. Because the type of bumps that I got then, they still come in the same when my period comes on and stuff. So that's how I know it's like very much hormonal and everything. But I have been using like just different routines and different stuff to try to clear my skin and keep it clear since I was like 11 or 12. Like, I remember I used to have that orange Neutrogena, like with the exfoliating crystals in there, but I think that was back before they started taking those out, because now I think they realized like those little exfoliating beads, they're bad for the environment or something like that. Something with microplastics. I don't really know. It was a minute ago since I did that research. But yeah, it's like I've been with the skincare stuff for a very, very, very long time. Most of my life. Actually, over 2/3 of my life. Over 2/3 of my life, I have been focused on skincare. All right, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to be taking some witch hazel and my little cotton round here. Now I'm going to go over my face and just make sure that I've gotten everything up. And this is also going to act as a toner as well. I like using witch hazel when I'm working on my face in the morning. See? Anyway, I think I like using witch hazel as a toner in my mornings because it doesn't leave a smell when I finish. Like with the apple cider vinegar, it's like I still smell like vinegar. So I'll use that at night if I want to tone at night, or I'll use this. This is also by Kiehl's. This is their Rare Earth Pore Refining Tonic. So I will put this on my skin at night before I go to bed and stuff and moisturize. And I really like how it sits on my face and stuff. It also has clay in here too. So I believe the Amazonian white clay, it mattifies the skin and minimizes pores. So yeah, I liked Kiehl's. I really like their products. I recommend going into a Kiehl's actual store to get the experience if you can. Like, the actual storefront is way better than Sephora. They treat you like a freaking queen, and I love it. All right, so yeah, finished with that. I'm gonna put this witch hazel up right quick. Now we're going to do some moisturization. I need to find a face moisturizer. I need to get a face moisturizer today too. So that's another thing. Let's see. gonna use this one today, and yeah, I think that's gonna be the one I use. I'll put my rag up. All right, here's my rose water. Well, I'm sorry, that's not rose water. I keep reading the bottle saying rose water. This is my aloe vera gel, and well, aloe vera juice gel, whatever, along with the rose essential oil that I spray over my face and over my hair and everything. I tried to explain that in every video because someone, like, you know, there's usually someone new on there and they don't know about the last stuff. So yeah. And this is the oil that I made on live for you guys yesterday. So if you're interested of what's in here and what I put into my face oil and the reasons why and stuff, check out yesterday's live. But I'm about to get a little bit of this lotion. And just kind of dot it around like so. All right. Now I'm taking my little oil here. Now, the final step, I'll take my spray. From here, you can go ahead and just rub everything on in. And just like that. Make sure you get over here on the ears, get underneath the chin, because we washed there too, and we pulled a lot out. Upwards motion, fight gravity. We are staying young and vibrant, okay? All right. Okay. So now I have my Carmex here. Gonna go ahead and just put some on my lips. I feel so much better. So that was a full hour of skincare, guys. That was a full hour. It's definitely giving stay-at-home life, but we're not married. So stay-at-home mom, that sounds really ghetto. Anyway, yeah. Thank you guys so much for joining me. I appreciate you all supporting me. Like, I really hope y'all learning something like from these face masks and stuff. Like, I really hope it's like giving y'all what y'all need. I hope that what I'm saying here, talking and venting and just like expressing my viewpoints and stuff, is helping someone out here. But again, thank you guys so much for joining me. I don't know if I'm going to hop on live this weekend or not. We will see. I might hop on my birthday, which is going to be Sunday. So make sure you do show me some love and stuff. Yeah, that's pretty much it. So I'm going to catch you hippies a little bit later. Mwah. Until next time.